today on EA Sports. It's Week 14 of the NFL on EA Sports. Vikings taking on the Atlanta Falcons.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Atlanta Falcons and the Minnesota Vikings. I'm Brandon Gaudin. He's Charles Davis. Full disclosure, we both have mittens. We both have coats on up here in the booth. This one, it's going to be interesting.
I've got the long johns, the socks, the boots, you name it. You know me in cold weather, we don't get along all that well. But these games are always interesting because you never know how it's going to play out. One slip, someone's going for 80 yards, and you could lose a game.
Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. Fields it right around the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And trotting out there leading them is their fourth-year quarterback.
And there's a word that constantly gets thrown around with this guy when you talk to anyone in the building. Potential. They are sky high on what they believe he can grow into in the role of a starting quarterback. In addition, there are plenty around the league who think that as well. And years from now, he can still be leading this offense out.
Looking to throw on second down. Cohen. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Calling a gain of 6 on the play. 3rd and 7 now. Operating from the gun. Cohen. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Throwing to start the drive. Rowe throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. You get a look at their key inactives for this week's game, and Charles, clearly you don't want to have any of these guys unavailable, especially when you're where they're at fighting for a playoff spot.
I agree, because the postseason is on the line. So you've got to overcome the injuries and find a way to win. And the only way to do that, the guys available have to step up. What's that mantra in the NFL? Next man up. This is their opportunity.
1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Looking to throw. Rowe. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, Do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun. Rowe. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. And his kick is good. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. Well, it's not the touchdown that they wanted, CD, but still, they got to be pretty happy here. You steal the ball away from them on their opening possession, and you turn that into the early 3-0 lead.
Yeah, you painted the picture perfectly there. All the things that have gone on, and the important thing, other than the lead, of course, is as you described, both sides of the ball now have some momentum.
And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And as we take a look at the playoff picture, certainly still a lot of jostling to go in these final few weeks. For the moment, they would be a wild card team, far from locked up, but that's why this is exciting. These last few weeks, a lot to play for.
So much to play for, and remember, 7 teams in each conference go to the playoffs instead of 6. And not to mention, remember when the league made that move a few seasons ago to put divisional games at the end of the year? So you get to week 16 and 17, you're playing for playoff spots, and you're playing divisional games. Couldn't be more exciting than that.
Out to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Stevens. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. Well, this defense for the Falcons, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
On 3rd down, Cohen. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. It's a 4-yard return following a punt of 49. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Rowe. He completes it to... And the ball is knocked out. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they are going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return. A scoop and score for the Vikings. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. To throw on second down. Rowe. Quick hitter here. It's complete. His first catch good for 8 and a first down. Back to throw. Rowe. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. Here's second and a yard. Off play action. Rowe. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. Again, get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
Off the play fake. Rowe. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to fourth down. 3rd and 1, they opt to pass it, and the one thing happened that could not happen. They took a sack.
Yeah, I just wonder, is that an indictment of their offensive line? Did they think that they couldn't move them enough to pick up a first down there? Or was it analytics? Did they think about it that way? In any event, they'll be studying that in the future.
The Falcons send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. And that'll bring up second down. Off play action. Cohen under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down. Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Cohen. And that is incomplete. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Atlanta regains possession of the football. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Off the play fake. Rowe. Gonna look deep for Wilson. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
To throw on 3rd down. Rowe. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. Oh, good move. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. And Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Thorne. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Cohen escaping the pressure right. Dancing away at the 30. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Off play action. Cohen. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Off the play fake. Rowe. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a 1st down. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. The numbers for him from a week ago. 17 carries, 94 yards.
And a rushing title's definitely within sight, so the excitement on the offensive side of the football, I mean, they're bouncing off the walls wanting to get out there, but they also understand that they're going to face some really stacked defenses down the stretch because they don't want it to happen at their expense.
And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. From the gun on 3rd down. Rowe. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 40. It'll be a gain of 16 for number 16.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, right at the 40. Looking to throw. Rowe. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. A 2nd and 10 on a chilly, snowy December day, and I must say, I'm loving it. Kind of putting me in the holiday spirit. Charles hates it. And he's giving me the evil eye, folks. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Rowe over the middle, complete. It's Wilson. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the 1st at the 32. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, the coverage was tight that time. They allowed the pass underneath to him, but they rallied to him pretty fast, too. Converged on him and got him down. That'll bring up 4th down.
So out now comes the field goal unit for the Falcons. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And that will make it 6-0. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
The Vikings ready to go again on offense. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. And this will be a Vikings first down as he's got this past the 35 to about the 37.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Thorne. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. (6-0) our score after 1. To throw on 2nd down. Cohen firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're going to get this up to midfield. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Cohen. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. On 1st and 10, Cohen. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. This a 2nd and 7 from the 37. Now a give, right side. Thorne. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. They got the ball to the outer third of the field, but they could not seal that edge and lost yardage.
And I love how you brought that up, because sealing the edge is often a function of the offensive tackle on the line of scrimmage, oftentimes a tight end, maybe your H-back, someone to set the edge at the line of scrimmage to give them a spot to get to. If you're not able to do that, you're not able to turn the corner.
To throw on 3rd down, Cohen. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Falcons are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Throwing to start the drive. Rowe. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. He's got it to the 43 here. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Back to throw. Rowe. He finds his man. Complete. That's Vasquez. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Rowe. And this is caught, but I don't think he stayed in bounds. No, he didn't. It's incomplete. The throw took him past the boundary, and it's 4th. And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And this will stay a 1-score game as the lead will hold at 6. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that worked. Now they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the plague did on the last one.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Off play action. Cohen. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. On 2nd down now. Thorne. And he'll go down at the 28. Right back to him on 1st down. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, Thorne. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Cohen. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This offense is starting to get into rhythm. A nice quick throw there on target, able to pick up another 1st down.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
On 2nd down now, Thorne. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. On 3rd and 2, Cohen. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Falcons are going to take possession here. It's a touchback and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
And when a team advances as far as they did, got over the 50-yard line, don't you think that drive deserved a better ending? I think he needs to get with his coaches on the sidelines, make some immediate adjustments, and that's what you do. You don't wait. You do it from series to series, because drives like that end with a turnover, that's multiple times they picked him off already in this opening half.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. From the gun on 3rd down. Rowe, and that will be incomplete. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. On 3rd down, Thorne. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
The Vikings send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. This is brought in at the 21. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return, and it will be Falcon football. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Throwing on 1st down. Rowe. He finds his man, complete. That's Wilson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. With that last carry, he's now over 8,000 career rushing yards.
All right, big applause. Lots of clapping for this one, right? Think about it this way. Along the way, he has passed Hall of Famer Terrell Davis, and now he's starting to approach another Hall of Famer in Larry Zonka.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Looking to throw. Rowe. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Wilson. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Looking to throw on second down. Rowe. Throwing right, and that's complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 36. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll be brought down at the 27. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. That is caught inside the 5. And the Falcons are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They give it off here to the tight end. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half. And now to give us momentum going into the second half, give us that cushion that we're looking for, they got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And he's got it to make it now 13-0. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Vikings going to take over now late in this first half. And Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here. But with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there. But they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
At the 23, it's 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Cohen. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And the Falcons now going to go on offense late in this first half. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Rowe. Wide open receiver complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. On 1st down, Rowe finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. The final shot before break. Rowe. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat. And it's the Raiders who have the lead in that one. The Raiders seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. From there, we head up to Wisconsin to check out the Packers at home in Lambeau. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting 49ers who are out in front. The 49ers looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. And they trail the visiting Denver Broncos in that one. The Broncos trying to hold on and claim victory. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Take it in at the 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Falcons ready to go back to work to start the third quarter. And, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime. No sense risking anything there on first down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Throwing again. Rowe. And he fires one that's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So that potentially a turning point here this third quarter. A 2-score lead down to 1 now following the pick 6.
And that had to be the message at halftime for this defense. Delivered and accepted. We need to go out there and make something happen.
Point after here coming up. And that'll make it 13-7. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This one fielded at the 5. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Off the play fake. Rowe on the move to his left. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. 39 yards there, a big one. Pretty impressive play, scrambled out of the pocket. Now, it took some guts to throw that ball because the defender was right there.
Tells you also that his offensive line understands who he is. You don't just get one block on a play. Be prepared for 2 or 3 in order to help keep the play alive. That allowed for the completion downfield.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Rowe. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6. Operating from the gun. Rowe. And his throw here's incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Rowe. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to extend their lead.
No lead safe in the new NFL, but this score is really going to give them some needed breathing room.
Now Arthur Smith going to tell the offense to stay put. We're going for 2. They'll try and throw for it. That's caught at the 1. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. And sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense. That's 2 points for them, but he identified an open target and put it right on him.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And out now come the Vikings. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
And sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
Operating from the gun. Cohen. That's taken in by Callaway. Will go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down. They run the counter. Thorne, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Cohen. And now here is another interception. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Looking to throw. Rowe. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. A great play there. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Falcons have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. And man, Charles, talk about zinging something in there. Those gloves, they help with one-handed catches, the fun stuff. Any padding for a rocket like that?
One would think so, but I'll guarantee you this, after that throw, his hands will hurt later, not right now in the moment. He's just feeling good about catching it.
Yeah, a little stinger, but a touchdown. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the Falcons score to cap it off. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. A CD after this game. There will be 4 weeks left in the regular season. So this is far from the final version of what we'll see come January, more of a first draft, if you will, as all these teams fight for a better position.
And you pointed it out so accurately there, Brandon. After this game, 4 weeks left in the regular season, and then the playoffs officially begin. But for some teams, trying to fight to make it to the playoffs, they're actually in a playoff push right now.
On second down, Thorne. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 62 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Cohen. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. So they'll decline the penalty there and go ahead and keep the yards lost on that last play. To throw on second down, Cohen. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Cohen. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. A 40-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. Well, they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down, because they certainly are operating at peak efficiency right now. They might want to think about giving some of their backups a little bit of work, though. Let some other guys get on the field and do their thing and save some of this for the next time out.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Operating from the gun. Rowe. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Operating from the gun. Rowe. Over the middle, it's complete. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On third down. Rowe. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. That almost but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. Fourth down.
Brandon, it certainly looked like they had that play defended well, but it still almost worked. Got it to the running back. He wound up getting really good yardage out of it, but it was 3rd and long, and they were able to rally and stop him before he could get to the marker.
The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
That's complete over the middle to Callaway. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Up the middle they go. Thorne, and he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Thorne, and he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Cohen. And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete. From the gun on 3rd down. Cohen. He's got an open man. He completes it to Callaway. And he will have a Vikings first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
That's not the first time they've looked his way when they've needed a big play. He's been the go-to guy all game long. And they get the hook up again on 3rd down to keep this drive alive.
A couple of first downs, has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw. Cohen. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. On 2nd down now, Thorne. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Cohen. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 20-yard line. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7. Operating from the gun, Cohen. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
He's second in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Back to throw. Cohen. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. And his kick here is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18.